Alrighty, so I'm going to be going over my Hemo Rogue talents here. Quick preface before I go into it is I will say it's very gear reliant. I do have 30% crit, baseline, good amount of AP, and 4.5 thousand health before even getting any buffs. So I will say that in order to do this spec, you should be geared. It's probably not going to be as good as the normal Cold Blood Eviscerate Rogue without gear, just because you don't have that guaranteed burst. In my current spec, you just have more control. So having good gear is kind of required. But going into it, you can see that my Hemo spec is pretty normal in the subtlety tree. The only kind of fluctuation is if you want to have ghostly strikes or not, or camouflage. It's basically, do you want to have that extra dodge, or do you not really care about that extra dodge and you want to just go into, 5 out of 5 camouflage instead? Honestly, in my opinion, I don't really notice a difference between having 5 out of 5 camouflage and 4 out of 5 camouflage. Generally speaking, it is pretty similar, and I just prefer to have ghostly strike. Now, here's where the real difference comes in from a normal Hemo Rogue is my combat tree. As you can see here, you get improved gouge, but you also get 2 out of 5 lightning reflexes, which is a requirement to go into the next part of the tree, but obviously that extra dodge is going to help, and you don't need improved sinister strike with Hemo. You don't need it. You never use it. So this is when you can get deflection, 5 out of 5. You don't want to get anything else because you want to get repost, and that extra parry is really nice. Repost is also very good, and it gives you a little bit more quality of life when you can, it's only 10 energy, does decent damage, and you can also disarm somebody, which I know a lot of PvPers will have some type of immunity to disarm, but when you're doing world PvP, when you're doing those random pug BGs, lots of people will not have immunity to disarm, and that gives you a 6-second window to just beat the crap out of them, right? And then, so that helps you against melee. Now, going against ranged, you have improved sprint, which breaks any slow or impairing effect. Right, so when you're fighting range, you're going to get kited. It's really hard to catch them when you're Hemo, just because you have sprint, but if you're already slowed or snared, you doesn't break it. You're kind of just more susceptible to kiting. This gives you more options. It gives you sprint and vanish to break those slows and those snares, right? It's huge, really massive. You'll notice a difference when you can break those slows. And people don't expect it from a Hemo Rogue. They expect you to be cold blood, right? So these basically give you ways to fight melee and ways to fight ranged better as Hemo. And now here's where you kind of detract from the spec a little bit. It's kind of a balancing act. So you do lose cold blood, right? Not having cold blood does suck, not having that guaranteed burst, those 1k plus eviscerate crits on people sucks. It's very apparent it sucks, but you'll live without it. Especially, that's why I say it's very gear dependent on my spec, because the more gear you have, the less you'll notice not having cold blood, because I'm already hitting like a truck right now. And I don't really need cold blood a lot of the time unless I'm fighting like a really beefy warrior who I just want to kill immediately, and I want to get that eviscerate crit to just kill him before he starts beating me up. But I also have more ways to kite him. You kind of have to rely more on kiting than using your eviscerate to kill them. And of course, losing lethality, it's not very big because your Hemo doesn't hit particularly hard as it is, and it requires it to hit, or to crit, in order to get the benefit from this talent, so it's not that big of a deal. And improved eviscerate is kind of less apparent. Like I said, I'm already doing enough damage. Losing some of these damage talents doesn't hurt me as much as it would somebody who's less geared, who kind of relies on those crits to do damage. And I just get more ways to outplay opponents. Alright, so let's go into some gameplay. Alright, I'm going to be recording some of the gameplay in this Warsong Gulch. I was actually waiting to record it to see if it was a pre-made, because I don't really want to showcase a build versus a pre-made. Doesn't make a lot of sense. No matter what build you are, if you're in a pug against a pre-made, you're going to be on that graveyard spec. Because you're not going to be able to do anything. You're done. Especially you know, when you're doing these BGs, if you're playing rogue, no matter the spec, no matter if you're using, you know, normal hemo, normal dagger, PvP specs, you know, if it's a pre-made, you're gonna get rocked, you know. The 5 orc warriors that are on the enemy team are just gonna completely crap all over you. But this is gonna be looking like a good one. Let's see. Let's count how many warriors they have. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, only 4. I mean, I think one of the few times, you know, even Pug versus Pug is usually pretty fun. But when you fight like a team of 8 orc warriors, it can be pretty difficult, not gonna lie, to be a rogue. But looks like they're gonna collapse on us. Let me go invisible. Always I played crippling poison. Oh, distract him. Looks like they got a healer. Oh, nice poly, nice poly. Let's go on this shaman here too. Oh, no you don't, buddy. Oh, there. Oh, shit. Yep, see, improved sprint. OP. Now this guy's kind of overextended. He's not very geared either, so he doesn't do any damage. Oh! Alright, better get that real quick. That thing, the health thing in here respawns like instantly. I don't know if that was in real classic or not, but that shit is always up. Okay, looks like our team went for the flag. They went for objectives. Not much we can get done here versus like 10 of them. But you see the improved sprint right there? You don't normally get that on... Ooh, they're going in here. Should I help? Should I help? Yeah, I'm helping, boys. Drink that, bitch. Let's get him. Nice. The good thing about being a rogue, you get to pick your fights. So, that's kind of what I did there. This is what I like doing when I'm fighting multiple people, or like I have multiple people helping me fight a warrior, is so many times you can get away with just kiting the warrior because they're so like focused on killing you because you're a rogue. They're like, oh, squishy boy. You can most of the time get away with like kiting them, and your team will kill the warrior as he does absolutely nothing, trying to kill you. We can sap him. Always want to get that off if you can sap a healer. Big pog. I'm not going to have a lot of energy, so I'm going to try to gouge this guy. Oh, I almost got the gouge off right there before he got the that cussive off. Max range. Ooh, see, ooh, the repost. Even reposting something like a hunter or a shaman can be pretty nice. Turn my dodge on for that. This guy's backpedaling. Okay. Oh! Hey, that hurt. Do I want to go in here? Try to get away from getting dotted up again. Wait for the dot to fall off. Oh, wow, we didn't get the flag. That sucks. Oh, he knows. Oh, that was a good fear. He got me. He's going to try to turn onto me. He's dead, though. Guaranteed. Oh, nice heal, nice heal. Alright, warrior. How are they doing here? I'm going to help out in the front. Go for the... Priest is still rocking over there. Just going to turn on. I like to sit in the back and protect my casters on my rogue. It's typically what I do. You can see here, damn, that priest is still up. So is that warrior. I'm going to go for the priest. Should be pretty easy to kill. Gonna get pelted right here by this shaman. This warrior's beating the living crap out of him. Yep. Oh, this guy's like, oh no. Gouge him just in case he war stomps. Oh, they're coming. War stomp. Hit him with that. Kite him. Hope my team. Oh! Okay, now he has nothing to get onto me. Keep CCing. Oh, somebody hit me for 1500. Just fight till the last. I cannot believe I lived. What hit me for 1500? Lightning bolt. Oh. Damn. But yeah, like, I think the main thing about my build that kind of, maybe for a new player it's not going to be good. I mean, I don't have a fresh rogue to test it out on. But I mean, I can say from being this geared, it is good. But it's like, if you had no crit, no health, you know, you're missing cold blood, you may need cold blood to do damage in Hemo Spec if you're not geared. And it may honestly be better to go daggers potentially if you're not geared. Although daggers is pretty gear dependent on your dagger to do damage. I'd say if you are not geared, don't do this spec. But if you are geared, definitely go ahead and give it a try. I do enjoy it a lot. Do I want to help this guy? This hunter is chilling. Go for the Tarn here. Oh, that fear is pretty good. I need to put on my PvP trinket. I get a little greedy though, and I like having my little Dark Moon Maelstrom trinket for the potential burst. Like, if it procs twice on somebody, that's an additional like 500 plus damage it could do, you know? I've had that happen. It does like as much damage as my auto attacks on somebody. Let's see. Alright, let's see if we can get a duel here. See this hunter? I think he suspects me. Oh, I was gonna gouge the Kessa shot just to outplay him, but he didn't use it right away. He's done, so. See? The repost kind of messes him up. I just think that guy's actually not very good at the game, but, you know, I'll just say my build carried me on that one. So a lot of times you can see I don't even need... Oh, there's my trinket proc. I don't even need cold blood, you know? Like, I do enough damage as it is. Like, you can see here against this warrior, he's decently geared, this guy. Did more damage than him, and that's without, like, a cold blood. And plus, like, I always feel kind of pressured when I have cold blood. Like, do I use it right now? Do I want to save it? This spec, you don't really, you know, have that cooldown pressure. I'm always greedy with my cooldowns. Like, I like to save them. Even without using prep, I try not to use any cooldowns if I don't have to. Sometimes I actually die because I don't use any cooldowns, but... These fears, man. Tell you. Do. So yeah, let's go ahead and go for the flag. I have all my cooldowns up. I have my flash powder. We've all been there when you're a rogue player. You go into a BG. You don't have flash powder. You get crapped on because you can't vanish. Snap him. Nice. Everybody goes on the healer. How it should be. Can just try to chain lightning. Pop slice is nice. Yeah, if I have low energy, I like using slice and dice just for the additional like damage. Plus, it's a very low cost, and it helps when you're fighting other targets outside of your main target. Like if somebody's about to die, slice and dice, and it'll help you when you switch targets. Oh, I knew it. This bitch. And this is what you do. This is what you do when you're fighting warriors and you have backup. Look at him. Look at him. Boom! Let's go for the shaman. Oh, this guy's a potato. See, repost. Hey! Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be looking into making more PvP centered WoW Classic videos in the future, and if you want me to try out any new builds that you have, or maybe you've been theory crafting, I'll be willing to test them out if you just let me know in the comments. It will be kind of hard to try out these new builds primarily because it's so expensive, and I'm only going to be able to try them out when I respec from a PvE spec back to a PvP spec, and every week. So maybe every week I'll have one PvP video centered around any new wonky builds that anybody comes up with or wants me to try. But that'll be in the future. Please subscribe if you like the video, and stay tuned for any more PvP centered videos in the future, with the occasional PvE video as well. But anyway, thanks so much for watching.